right then.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Akuban Nights. If bugbears can sneak, what?
So can birds.
Oh, yeah, totally. All right. You're in Wicthron, surrounded by a large forest. In the castle, it is time to speak to Her Highness. So Yasi sets it up. You guys can meet with her in her not her war room, somewhere nearby. Maybe a nice sitting room. She is flanked by multiple knights. Ooh, reception hall. Love it. She's flanked by multiple knights. And Yasi steps forward and says, Your Grace, the leader of the Akuban Knights would like to confess something to you. And she steps back and waves butt forward as the queen looks on like, oh, this will be good.
I take a step forward and wait for the moment she allows me to speak.
The moment is here.
I will speak Drakisan. With a bit of a dialect of Outlast, I guess she will catch out. And I will say, I am a son of Akuba, raised under the gleaming heat and sand beneath my feet from the day I started to walk. In a grandiose display of incompetence, the nobles who were charged with the protection and cohesion of my country managed to throw it into chaos overnight. Even those who aspire to power and are willing to kill their relatives have not been able to realize their plans and save Akuba from the civil war it is in now. I despise them all. All the traitors and cowards who are responsible for causing the common people to bleed and die. As a young man, almost a child, I made the mistake of being weak, not to face the demons who hunted me. My naive flight from the inescapable had to take me first to the distant land of Drakis to learn what it means to be a leader, to learn what it means to be strong and take responsibility, what life means and what the price is that we have to pay for it, that nothing is free and a smile only serves to hide the truth. I found out that the enemy I was told about in bedtime tales is not what he was described as. That one is worth something if he makes something out of himself. That love is kind, and one should not just give it away easily. And that true love is a luxury for the common people only. I spent more than a decade on your land. I ate your food. I lived with your subjects. I carry the scars for my misconducts in your kingdom, and I apologize for them. I was flogged and spit on. But time passed, and at some point, I forgot that my heart came from Akuba. Suddenly, they were my friends. And it was our food, our customs, and our songs. At that moment, I began to realize that all the bloodshed between our people was pointless. How equal the needs are of the common people. That one side has to start and set a sign for a new age. I hoped to see you once, Queen Wick. Several years ago, after my arrival in Drakis, I heard about your visit to Outlast. And like all your subjects, I was curious to take a look at you. Just a moment to catch your presence. Unfortunately, this was not granted to me, and all that remained were the stories about your wisdom and leadership. Apologies. Queen Wick, I stand before you as the son of a murdered father, as the descendant of a warmonger, and as a king without a crown, as an Akuban who found strength and love in Drekis. I'm Budarius Harazim, the true heir to the throne of Akuba.
Welcome to Wicthron Lorenta, Budarius Harazim, Sarah Harazim,
Give a slide nod.
Maya Harazim,
I will bow.
and Sammy Harazim. I don't know the fifth one, though. Is this a younger sister?
No, she's a friend we've picked up along the way.
Welcome, friend of the Harazims, she says to Jane, who awkwardly bows. Well, this is quite the surprise. You stand before me asking for something. What is it?
Our country lies shattered in front of us. Factions fighting for the pieces, and none of them any wiser to find a true king. I'm here in search for help. I know for some it is a place some people would never go to ask for help as an Akuban. But I am willing to, hoping to throw all the bad blood aside and work on a new relationship between Drekis and Akuba. One of friendship.
There has been bad blood between our people for generations. But I believe you and your diplomat when you say you want a more functioning and prosperous relationship. However, I would be unwise to discount generations of strife so easily. If you wish to see something new grow between our people, it will take more than words to create it. It will take deeds and promises kept.
I understand. I'm here to take the first step. You said there's something the Akuban Knights could do for you?
There is a small problem within the bounds of my kingdom that I was going to send the bodyguards on to see who they were and what they were made of. But I don't know if it would be appropriate for the heirs to Akuba. It's very dangerous and you might not survive. I don't know if that is something you are willing to do to make peace.
We tried everything to get on good terms with the factions in our country. It didn't work out as well as I thought to. I'm willing to go any length to make sure you can trust us.
Is that how you all feel? She says, gazing upon the rest of you. Any length?
Indeed, Your Majesty.
Bud speaks for the entire family.
No, he doesn't. Not any length.
Oh, that's true. Yes, our sister is a cleric of Martha.
That's not right. Not any length, okay? We'll do what's necessary, but we'll do what's right and what's good.
I'll go to any lengths.
She
I'm kind
nods
of mouthing
approvingly.
to the queen in silence.
I'm also
Cleric of Martha.
I'm also looking at the queen, and I'm gonna say, if there's one thing that Akubans are not, they are not cowards. We are brave people.
Brave wyvern slayers. Brave slayers of great lizards. Of worms. Perfect.
In fairness, the wyvern started it.
Excellent.
Oh.
She motions to one of her advisors, who shuffles on over with a map of the region and kind of spreads it out so everyone can see it.
So this is where Scoria is right now. So what we need you to do is like go over there, just have a little look, see what you can find out about this little worm over there. Since you're so good with wyverns already. Oh God, no, please.
I'm not sure if you know about all the happenings in the world, but I have my let's see. One of my high princesses has created an expedition to the south, the far, far south. Caledonia is the land. In their efforts to unravel and recover vast riches and wealths and histories of the region, we did need to learn their language, and we found some old books written in Dracissian and Caledonian that have allowed us to translate their formerly dead language. It was a very special and dangerous assignment given to a few mercenaries to find these old tomes in the ruins of a long-lost town on the edge of what is now Nerid Lake. And they did so, barely escaping with their lives. When they came back to report to me, they also let me know that there were a duo of very young hatchling black dragons that had made their home in the lake. None of them were dispatched with, and they are too small and too young to pose a threat to any of my towns or peoples, but in 30 or 40 years they will become dangerous. Maybe a little sooner than that. If I were not currently in a state of war with the rest of Arcadia, I would already have dealt with it. But since war times are tough, they have been allowed to persist for now. If you want to be a friend to Drekis, if you want to prove that you are here for something other than treachery, we would be honored, and it would show your true colors if you were to get rid of these small wormlings, young adults. I don't know. Age categories of dragons are a confusing thing, but they're no larger than 20 feet for the body.
That doesn't sound that young.
You defeated a wyvern, and judging by that head, it was at least 30 feet. So, two smaller creatures than what you've already fought.
Sammy, did black dragons breathe fire?
Acid.
Oh, good.
Yes. And the person holding the map will point over to this area, to Nerid Lake, and the queen will say, the ruins there where these dragons made their lair was on the back side of the lake somewhere.
Oh, good.
Neal,
It's also worth noting that the lake is home to lizard folk and bullywugs on the swamp side of things, although you should be able to move around the swamp fairly easily.
Do worship the dragon?
I doubt so.
Neal, do younger dragons have their breath weapon developed in 2E?
Fuck yeah, they do.
Okay.
I mean, developed is a broad term, but
Because
yeah.
I mean, in 5e, I know the younger ones don't even have their breath weapon
What?
until they reach a certain.
Come on, where would
I
be
don't
the
think
fun
that's
if you don't
true.
have a breath weapon?
5e is for wussies.
I just wanted to understand this universe.
Yes, the young black dragons do breathe acid. It's lovely.
Nice.
We are more than happy to go on the journey to Nered Lake and dispose of the 2 dragons.
Perfect.
Would it be possible to have a couple of days for research first before we leave?
Certainly, as I've said, this is no pressing matter, but it would strengthen our bonds. Please, take all the time you need. I will make my personal librarian available to you to help in your research.
Queen, if I may ask, would you be able to open your doors to your magic studies as well? I am a spellcaster myself, and dispatching with dragons, magic is very handy indeed.
This is true.
Perhaps not any personal tomes, but simply a research lab or a place for my own studies.
Trust
Whatever I have
must
access
be earned, but I suppose it cannot be earned in a vacuum.
I possess some powerful magical scrolls myself, and trust goes two ways.
Certainly.
I would allow your people to make copies of the information I have acquired.
That's not
exchange.
necessary, but I appreciate the gesture. I will see to it that some laboratory space is made available to you, with some levels of supervision, of course.
I understand.
Okay. So, she gives you a... God, how do you... Good luck, I suppose. If you need something...
Do you have any acid-proof armor? Glass is acid-proof, is it not?
It makes for terrible armor.
Unless you're playing Morrowind.
I'm
What kind of
afraid
game
I'm not
is
familiar
Morrowind?
with this Akuban game. This is Reginald. Reginald, please take care of any needs these people have. A middle-aged servant bows and shuffles over to next to you guys. He can help you out with any requests that you have, and he will speak on behalf of the queen and yada yada. So, what do you guys want to do? What sort of research do you need to do before you go fight some baby dragons?
Well, it's going to be more than 2 days.
Certainly.
That is ambitious. Neal, I
Bart
would
is
like to
panicking
ask,
right now in his body, but he can't show it.
I would like to ask how magic item creation works in 2e, or if it's modified.
It's complicated and well beyond your level.
Nice. All right. In that case,
But there are, like, so potions of acid resistance are a thing. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so but that's not entirely beyond our reach. That's something we could aim for, possibly. Even if we don't make it ourselves, we might be able to acquire them. Do they have a magic shop in Wixthron, Rorenta?
They
lots.
do, but no potions are sold there.
Would the Hot Prince be lurking round the palace by any chance?
Hot Prince! Can we throw him at the dragon?
I was just gonna see if I could maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Prince
I'd like to
Hottie
try-
Pants is around, certainly.
I would like to try and.
Hockey pants.
Hang on. Is he married? First of all.
You do not see a ring on that finger.
I'm going to try and lay the groundwork for a plan B, just in case.
Nice. All right. You see Prince Hottie Pants, as he'll come to be known. He's talking with one of the Queen's guards.
I would have, by the way, sort of
corridor.
changed back into my, like, you know, fancy pants gear. Now I'm, you know,
Sure.
not incognito anymore. So
Yeah. Prince Hottie Pants is 31 years old. Hotness 16 on a 3d6, not even a 4d61. You know, if he's in his proper attire and dressed up nicely and has done his hair, like, that's gonna bump him up, you know? So there he is talking with one of the guards, wearing tight brown trousers and a loose red shirt that kind of ruffles down the arms. He's got an arming sword at his side as he casually chats with one of the guards and sees you coming and, you know, watches you walk down the staircase while he's still talking with the guard over here, but his eyes are over there.
I am sashaying. I'm giving it the full Gone with the Wind down the stairs.
All right, give me your very best charisma check to sashay down the stairs eloquently and beautifully.
Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up.
If she roll on that one, she falls though, right?
Oh, totally. She trips.
Oh, no, she nailed it.
There's no
32.
tripping. It's effortless. You're not even paying attention to him, but somehow your figure is always at the most advantageous angle as you approach and head down the stairs to the area where he is.
Drift there and just be like, oh, and sort of like just appear to notice him and then just go over and be like, Prince Hottie Pants.
Excuse me, guard. Young lady, I haven't seen you in the castle before. It is a pleasure to meet your acquaintance and a true vision of loveliness for my weary and tired eyes.
Princess Maya of Akuba. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Maya of Akuba. Oh, what a pleasure it is to meet you. I am... Fuck, I'm really bad with names.
Prince Hottie Pants.
I am Prince Hottie Pants.
Oh my god, please no.
And Hottie Pants is a placeholder for a better name for the time being. I am Prince Hottie Pants Wick of Drekis.
It's a pleasure, I must say. I've heard so much about you.
I believe you are trying to flatter me and that
No,
you've never
indeed
heard
not.
of me, but it is working.
Oh, no,
Keep
indeed.
it up.
You are... the young ladies of Akuba do occasionally mention you in glowing terms. I thought they were just exaggerating. But...
Surely they only mentioned of me about how they would like my head on a pike, but
Indeed,
I appreciate your...
Oh, yes. Oh, your mother will, of course, have mentioned that we are here, I assume.
Certainly. She has mentioned, but she did not say you were... I mean, she just said some knights had arrived that turned out to be the children to the throne. She didn't tell me you were as beautiful as your country.
Oh, stop.
Is that an insult or a compliment?
Taking it as a compliment, okay? This is how the dance goes.
Mhm.
So I was just like, yes, well, I just wanted to I just wanted the opportunity to meet you and just say hello, and because it's so very nice to finally meet you. It's an honor, really. Perhaps we could have dinner sometime, you know, as you know, just to, you know.
Are all the women of Akuba as forward as you?
It's been a very long journey, and I have learned to seize life as it comes.
I cannot tell you how refreshing it is to speak to someone as an equal. All this deference and, oh, my lord this, my lord that. It's rare to find someone who is intelligent, charming, beautiful, and honest in their conversation. I would be happy to have dinner with you and any of your siblings if they can take the time off from their busy dragon something slaying to join us.
I will ask them. I think they're all quite busy, but you never know. They will probably make time for you.
Well, if not, I understand. Issues of war do come before issues of friendship. And as we say in my country, Glutentag. And he walks off.
Oh.
Ta-ra.
Yep, so you can have dinner with him later.
Oh man, when you said honest, I almost peed myself for laughter. It was pretty good.
All right. Well, we have a dragons to kill, research to do, magic to discover, dates to go on, and Sarah, what are you up to? Are you
to say, I guess. At some point. No, actually, I would like at some not right now, but I guess I would like to explore if there's a big temple of Martha in this city as well, and just to accustom myself.
There certainly is.
Nice.
There certainly is. So let's go in order, starting with, well, we just did Chloe, so let's just move down to Dan. Dan, what do you do? You got shit to do, right?
I've got shit to think about. Yes. So can I have a recap of like where the dragons are supposed to be?
Certainly. If we look at the map, they are supposed to be on the east side, the northeast side of Nerid Lake. Somewhere over here, right? The mercenaries went off and found that ship. No one really knows exactly where they were.
So they're like next to the lake. They're not like in the middle of the lake.
Correct. On the coast, on the bank of the lake, the edge, the coast, right. The shore. What's the word I'm looking for here? Where the water meets the land.
The beach.
Certainly. Were there other things you wanted to do too?
I wanted to learn some of the spells that I have at hand and possibly create one of my own.
Great. Well, you guys have as much time as you want. You could spend 3 months preparing for this if you desired. So you go ahead and make any spell learning checks you need. Just make sure everyone's cool with taking that much time to do it, and then you create this. You work on the spell that you want, and we'll work it out. Do you already have an idea of what you need?
Well, no, because I was not present. I want to create a dragon-specific spell at one point.
Ooh, okay.
I'm thinking something that like blocks, or at least wards off breath weapons in some way, because that is the big killer in dragons.
That is going to be a big deal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's just take a look and see. You are a 5th level caster?
I'm a 5th level caster.
So let's see if there are any wizard spells remotely related to breath weapons or acid or dragons that are 3rd level or below. So let's see.
Well, not in the list that I really have, except for things like there's like abjuration magics, which have like shield, a missile shield, personal shield, stuff like that, and I have them at hand. So like adapting them for other kinds of protection.
Right.
I'm going specifically with dragon because one day we're going to find Scoria, right? One day.
Certainly.
No?
Certainly. So let's see. I don't see any wizard spells that deal with breath weapons or dragons or protection from acid anywhere whatsoever.
Is there anything that protects from elements at a higher level, which we might pick a...
Not as a wizard spell usually. I think that stuff is normally the domain of cleric nonsense. So I think that means we can probably get you something here. Let's see. So if you want to do a 3rd level spell that works with this sort of thing, it's gonna have to be...
There is a resist acid and corrosion from the original list.
Yeah.
Which is a level 2 spell.
Resist acid. That is a cleric spell.
Oh, is it?
It is a cleric spell.
Okay.
I don't think your clerics have anything.
No, not as of this moment, but we are going to be updating the cleric stuff soon, so you will have some fun things to play with, hopefully. So this spell... Inflict half damage. Okay. So we can see that this second level spell is a pretty good resist acid spell, but it's second level. If you want something that is broader reaching, it's going to have to be higher level. So even if we were to translate this from cleric to wizard directly, we might want to buff its level because it's more of a clerical thing, so it'd be harder to do for wizard, and it would be pretty specifically about, you know, acid and corrosion. If you want like protection from breath weapons as a broad category, it's definitely going to be like a 5th or 6th level spell. So maybe you can do some limited research and like come up with something Black Dragon specific, or maybe you can come up with like a weaker version of a resist everything spell. Maybe something that just gives like a bonus on the save rather than a bonus, like a halving of damage. If you want something broader, does that make sense? Okay.
How do
yes.
magical weapons and armor work against acid? Are they like more resistant to acid, but they still get damaged, or are they just as weak as normal armor and stuff?
Magical items are going to have a special saving throw against anything like that. So a magic sword or magic piece of armor is less likely to be damaged, although it is still theoretically capable of being damaged.
Okay.
Bud, you had a bunch of stuff you wanted to do, right?
Yes, I want to grab my sister Maya, and I think I need her help.
Oh, okay.
If you come looking for me, I'm totally going to be in my room, just, you know, fancying myself up subtly.
Subtly, right.
So I'm
What
just there
happened
like,
to you?
what do you mean? Nothing, I'm just, you know.
You're looking so womanly.
I always look womanly.
Depends on the eyes you're looking through, but
All right, don't look at me with those eyes ever, brother. That's no. What do you think? Too much? That's fine. That's fine. Anyway, what did you want, brother?
oh God, who is it? Who is going to die? Did you find another old man to fall in love with? Another painter? Yeah,
I haven't killed any. What are you on about? I just
never mind. I need your help.
can't I look a little special once in a while without you?
Yeah, I don't know if the places we go is the right outfit, but we can certainly try.
Wait, where do you? I'm busy. What do you want?
I mean, you always have some kind of connections. You need to.
Oh, I am not dressing up like this. Okay, I'm not dragging this outfit into any shady taverns or anything. What do you want, brother?
I need to find some people who are ruthless enough to go with us on the mission.
Can it wait till tomorrow? Can it wait till tomorrow, brother?
Why?
Because
What are you going to do? We have a date?
I have an appointment.
You have a date.
I have an appointment.
Have a date. Your cheeks are turning red. Oh.
I have no idea what you mean, brother.
Well, then you sure have no problem with me staying here.
You can stay here. Yes, I'm going out anyway. Bye.
Great. I have nothing to do. I'm just going to follow you.
Oh, I'm totally going to try and lose you. Just dodge and dive through the castle.
You have no information for him today, so he's just going to... Okay, tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow. Definitely tomorrow. First thing, probably. Don't wait up.
Okay.
All right, so Bud talks to Maya, and Maya leaves. Beautiful.
Yes, I think Bud is going to wait for the next day as well, just because he isn't sure where to find people like this.
Mm-hmm.
And Maya's got a hot date, and ain't nothing stopping her.
Okay. So let's do Sarah. Let's do Maya, since we're already here. Maya, you got a hot date with a hot prince that night. Yes. Did you even tell the rest of your siblings? Did you invite them along?
Did I fuck? I'll probably be like, you guys are busy, right? Yeah, you look really busy. Don't worry about it. There was a thing, but it's not important.
All right.
And I wouldn't have told Bud anything because, you know.
You find yourself dining with Prince Hottie Pants in one of the towers of the castle with a view over everything. It's a smallish room. There's a table with 3 chairs placed around it. And when you arrive alone, a servant quickly removes the 3rd chair and cleans the 3rd place and steps out while other servants come and pour you wine. Prince Hottie Pants says, it looks like your siblings couldn't make it. What a travesty.
They're all books buried, heads buried in books, off doing things. You know, they're terribly. Oh dear, yeah. I mean, they work hard though. They work hard. I respect that. My skills aren't really much use at you know the research, and I'm not much of a researcher personally. I love books, but I'm not terribly good at. I don't know. I get a headache, you know. Buried time. I don't know.
That's a shame.
So, what do you like to do then? What are your hobbies? Tell me about yourself.
First date chit chat, huh? Hobbies. What do I like to do? Riding, hunting, swimming, climbing mountains, sword fighting. Occasionally reading. It doesn't give me a headache. I do love to read.
Oh, I love books, but it's just magical tomes tend to be a bit. You know, it's yes, they're a bit. It's very dense.
Certainly, academic books can dizzy even the greatest minds if you bury your nose in them for too long.
Indeed.
Right.
So, do you enjoy archery?
I do, yes.
Oh, marvelous! I love archery. It's one of my favorite things.
Do you?
Yes. I love hawking as well. That's always been one of my most fond hobbies.
Well, how about this? He says, and he pulls a servant over and whispers to the servant who runs off. And then he gets up and goes over to a bowl of apples on a shelf nearby and pulls one up and says, let's see. If I throw an apple out this window, do you think you can hit it?
Ooh, challenging. I honestly don't know.
Shall we find out?
Aye, indeed.
All right. The servant comes back with a bow and 6 a quiver of arrows. And
Can we take turns?
Sure, let's take turns. And let's do this. We'll each get 3 throws and 3 attacks. Let's see. The apple, he'll toss it, and it's a small object moving, so we'll give it AC 15. Because if you hit the apple, you hit the apple, right? But it's small and moving, so...
Okay.
Give me a bow attack against AC 15. As he chucks the apple from the window, and you smack it, and it plummets to the ground, landing in the courtyard below, where there's shouts of, "Oi, what the fuck was that? It's fucking bloody apples falling from the sky!"
Oh, marvelous. Your turn then, Your Majesty.
All right, he will make his roll.
Right. Do I have to roll for lobbing the apple?
No, you don't have to roll for lobbing the apple.
Throw it straight at his
Ready,
face.
set, go.
He misses the shot. It goes wide, goes way over the city walls.
What a gentleman.
And he's like, oh god, I hope that didn't hit anyone.
You missed on purpose, right?
Yes, I missed on purpose because a gentleman always lets a lady win. Definitely. I could have done it if I wanted. Certainly.
Best of 3?
Go for it. Second shot for you.
Right.
You score the second apple, which falls back in the courtyard, and someone goes, "It is bloody raining apples! What the fuck?" And the prince goes for his second shot, and misses it again, and looks to you sort of awkwardly, and goes, "You know, I did say I was better with a sword, right? Archery's not my greatest skill."
I've had a lot of practice recently. Like I said, we had a run-in with a wyvern. There's nothing quite like actual combat to really hone the reflexes. Last one?
Last one.
the winner gets to choose a forfeit.
Sure.
I'm gonna miss on purpose.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, so you miss. It's not hard to miss on purpose.
Like, oh, damn it!
All right,
Damn it.
then he'll take his shot and finally scores an apple falling from the sky. He goes, well,
Bravo! That was masterful.
I thought you were honest. It was a decent shot, but come on. I missed the first two.
All right, I was being kind.
Please, save me your kindnesses. I appreciate
All right,
bluntness.
I'm better than you.
You certainly are. Well, winner gets to choose the and you won, so.
Oh,
Cat got your tongue.
I'm
You're embarrassed?
no,
Out of your depth. I get it. It's too much for you to handle.
I'm just gonna grab his ears and kiss him.
Oh, it is on until the break of dawn. All right, we're gonna move on to the next party member.
I'm not gonna bang him though. I'm not. I'm just gonna be like, you
Totally
know, oh,
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to get into like the kissing and the hands and the. It's just
Yeah.
it's too much for me.
Fairly chaste, but just low key hotness.
Low key, sure. And I think there is some low key hotness while the servant stands with the arrows ready in case you guys want to make another shot because he's a professional. All right, let's flip over to Sarah.
Don't need those.
Right.
I've already scored.
What do I gotta roll, Neal, to find that 19-year-old hot soldier again? I'm kidding. It's
Are you
fine.
though, really? I mean, it's okay if you want to. Don't be ashamed.
Maybe later. So I would like to visit that. I'm gonna ask Jane if she would like to tag along to a Temple of Martha.
Hang out in the palace and be treated akin to royalty. Go hang out in the stuffy temple. You know, I was gonna polish and clean everyone's armor. But if you need my help, of course I'll help you.
It's fine. I'll be back later. If I'm not back by dinner time, can you come and look for me?
Maybe I should go with you then.
What do you mean?
Well, it's my job to protect you. I wouldn't want you to go missing on my watch.
You know what? It's fine. I can.
No,
help
it's
myself.
fine.
You
I'll
just
go
stay
with you.
here.
It's fine.
Maybe
The
I
armor
don't
doesn't
want you to
matter.
come anymore now. I don't know how I feel about this.
Well, if that's how you feel, then okay, sure. I'll stay in clean armor.
Right. I turn around and I leave. I guess that's fine. I go by myself. It's okay. I can handle my whole family is off. I'm just by myself. I'm just like, okay, I guess that's okay. So I'm gonna change into my nicer set of clothes. But I'm still gonna wear my armor on top. So I'm gonna look nice and polished, but still slightly battered up, right?
Right.
And in full attire by myself, because the rest of my family is busy. I'm gonna
Or
go
getting
to the
busy.
Temple of Martha. What does get? Yeah, right. Always using the fertility. You never know. So yes, like I'm going to the temple.
Excellent. You find a large temple of Martha in the right outside the gates of the castle itself. There it is.
Right. It's a single temple just to Martha, right? It's not shared this time.
Right. There are other generalist temples, but this is a Martha temple.
Right. I'm going to walk inside and approach if there's like an altar or a statue. I'm not sure what it looks like.
There are 4 statues of Martha, each with their own altars, each one in like a different sort of pose and dress, kind of defining different aspects of Martha. There's Martha the mother on one side, there's Martha the healer, there's with life. There is Martha the guardian, and there is there's got to be a word for this, like there's not a word for what I'm looking. Martha, the a protector of family, sort of. What's the term for protector of family? Martha the matriarch. That's what it is. Okay, that's the best
So
word
the
I can get.
mother, the matriarch, the guardian, and what was the last one?
Healer.
The healer.
Matron might be better than matriarch. Yeah.
Matron. Fine. Right. So I will approach Martha the guardian,
All right.
the statue.
She stands there with a shield, but like still wearing clothes, not wearing armor, but a shield in one hand and an upheld hand the other way.
I'm going to put my shield down on the ground against the bottom of the statue and lay my spear before it. Are there people in the temple right now, or am I all by myself?
No, there are many people around.
Right. And I guess in front of the statue, I'll kneel down and I'm going to pray in Akuban. And I'm going to say, I thank you, Mother, for protecting us on our way here. I thank you for protecting me from that giant wyvern. It was lurking over my shield. I thought my days were gone for sure. But I should have trusted you better than that, I guess. And I wanted to thank you for being there in that big hall with us. I could feel your hand on my shoulder when Bud was speaking. And I'm grateful that things turned out the way they did. I know what lies before us is going to be another challenge, and I know you wouldn't really approve of eradicating life. And we have 2 black dragons to fight, apparently. I have a lot of respect for them. But if that is what we need to do to kill 2 exquisite creatures to, bring peace to Akuba and Drekis, I guess that's what we have to do. Just, maybe if you understand that way of thought, I would ask you to look over my family in that fight, because I'm really worried about that one. And I guess it takes she prays for a really long time.
Like hours? Are we talking half an hour? Like, what is a long time of prayer?
I think an hour, is a realistic long time for a prayer where you don't just, babble on about things.
Certainly. As you pray, you feel a warming comfort sort of spread throughout you. And you remember the times your family has been in danger before, when Bud was someone tried to assassinate Bud, when the wyvern was attacking the cart and people were getting knocked back and forth and it was trying to sting and murder everyone. When you were fleeing your home in Talishar as the soldiers were kicking down doors looking for you, and you had to take refuge with the goblins in their dank little cave. The time where Celine was turned to stone and on watch. These sort of memories flood you with a contrasting feeling of protection and security, like you're wrapped up in a big, heavy, fuzzy blanket.
Mm-hmm. And I guess as I'm leaving, are there poor people in this temple as well? Like people I can clearly see, right?
Certainly.
So as I'm leaving the temple, I would like to carefully, I'm picking my weapons back up, but I, sheath my spear, I put it on my back. And I would carefully approach, the poorest people in the temple I can find.
Mm-hmm.
And I would approach them and open my hands towards them. Right, I still wear my symbols and everything, so they can still tell that I'm a cleric of Martha, but I still look Akuban right now, right? They would be
Right.
able to tell.
Right.
And if they don't shy away from it, like, I'm not sure, do they? Do they, like, scream and start running or something?
No, you're a cleric of Martha and a temple of Martha. If you approach them, they will drop to one knee and bow their heads respectfully.
Right, so I'm gonna, let's say, how many are there? Approximately 5, 10? What kind of...
There are 5 of the, street urchins that were here for healing, have already been healed, and are now just sitting in pews, sort of scattered about. There are other people about as well, but these 5 are like the street urchins.
Right. So I'm gonna take like the hands of every single street urchin. Like I'll take, one of their hands, or both hands of one of the urchins. And I'm gonna instill in them one image that makes me happy from home. Right. So the first one is getting this intense scent of a spice market. As I close my eyes and call upon the power of Martha. And when I let go of their hands, I'm going to take one hand and put one gold coin into their palm and close their hand around it. And I'm going to do it with all 5 of them. I'm going to do, the second one gets the sound of waves from the shore of Akuba. One gets an old Akuban song that is softly sang by a motherly voice. Another one gets a crackling fire, like a campfire. And the last one gets the sound of sand blowing across the desert. With a warm, the feeling of warmth around them, but pleasant warmth. And every single one of them gets a gold coin into their palms.
Okay. They will jabber at you in Drakissian a little bit. You get the impression that they are grateful and more specifically touched that there's clearly some sort of magical effect that is calming and reassuring for them. And you get the impression that they are... It feels like a personal miracle for them to have gone through this. And then they're also, grateful for the cold hard cash. But you can't understand. But you can't understand a word they're saying as they jabber at you, and then someone kisses your hand, and then someone places your hand against their forehead and mumbles some things, and then kisses your palm. And there's someone produces a hot pocket and tries to hand it over to you.
I'll take the hot pocket. It's okay. I take all the food.
All right.
It's okay.
And
it's a nice thing, right? With this, Sarah is getting used to these religious encounters where she doesn't speak the language, right? Because it feels like you have this connection with people, even though you don't really understand each other, but there's an understanding on a different kind of level. And, that for her, that's part of the magic of religion, I guess, right?
Yeah. Right.
And after that, I'll go home and I'll try to find, on these evenings where people are studying and trying to find other things, whenever Yassi is not busy being an advisor, I'm going to ask her to teach me more Drakissian.
Yeah, she will be happy to teach you Drakissian as best as she can. Boy, so today, your Drakissian lesson is going to be learning to say, "Hello, my name is Sarah." Oh God. I don't know how to butcher any more German to create that though.
If only we had some Germans here that could tell us how to say it.
My name is Sarah.
I think that sounds pretty good. My nomen. I have to write that down. My nomen.
If you're a native German speaker, you can't screw German up that much, so it's good if someone else tries.
I will absolutely butcher the shit out of German anytime. Happy to help.
Sure. So you get the let's see. It's gonna be hello.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
Hello with a ELLO.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, we're the Romans.
Chow mein est Sarah.
Chow mein. Suddenly Chinese food. That's fine. Chow
And now I'm
mein.
hungry again.
Yep.
Sarah.
There you
I
go.
like it. Very good.
As close to German as I can get it without being proper. Although I guess it would MEIN is not main for you. It's mine. Something like that.
But that's
I'm not
okay.
sure. So maybe it's Chow mein est Sarah? Something.
Yeah, so it's like Asian, a little bit of Latin. That's okay.
It's perfect. It's perfect. All right, let's flip over to Bud. You wanted to do research, right? You wanted to dig up some books and learn about black dragons and all the things that they can do to you.
Yes, I wanted to do that too. First and foremost, I wanted to have some time with Maya, which didn't happen.
Yeah.
So instead, Bud would like to take a look at things that are naturally resistant to acid, which I already found out would be something copper-based or steel. Because I worry about having a shield and the dragon breath and getting hit, and suddenly all my armor fades away into nothingness and I'm bare naked.
Mm-hmm.
So, if I can find an armor smith, I would like to ask him if he could copper plate some of my armor. Make
What
it more
armor are
resistant.
you already wearing?
I'm wearing a breastplate, which I guess is steel, like...
Is it a steel breastplate? Because most gear comes in copper or brass or bronze.
The gauntlets, the boots, and the breastplate were all noble items,
Okay.
so I assume they're steel.
Yeah, so they're all steel then. Perfect.
Yeah.
And you
my
want him to
shield-
plate your copper, your steel breastplate with copper. When you give him this order, he looks at you and blinks a few times and goes, "What? You want me to ruin your armor? You're gonna pay me to ruin your armor?"
Listen, I'm not so sure if the armor can keep up with the acid we might face. We're going to fight a dragon, and I don't want to die. So,
And you think putting some copper on your breastplate is gonna save you from a dragon? I mean, look,
No.
far be it from me to turn down easy work, but like, have you really thought about this?
I'm not an armor smith. That's why I'm coming to you.
Well, if it's what you want, we haven't developed electrolysis yet, so I can just roll out some thin copper and hammer it onto your existing armor. It might make it a little unwieldy, since I can only get it so thin.
How long will it take you to develop that technology?
Electrolysis? Oh man, we need to develop electricity first and get the concept of anodes and cathodes. So that's just around the corner. It's about 5 years from now when that technology is really going to come into play.
Okay, well, we
Ironically,
don't-
they need to make like lead acid batteries first. So maybe you could bring some acid back. And
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's a good idea.
How about this? Instead of ruining your beautiful armor, what if I just sell you some new armor that's already copper-based? That way, we don't have to ruin this beautiful piece of work.
Okay.
Good. He pulls out a piece of cloth with little markings on it and starts like making measurements around your body. Oh yeah, you're a biggin. All right, so we can get this. This will definitely fit. We're gonna have to make some alterations, and someone get me the breastplate stretcher. We'll make this work.
How much do you think this will cost me?
It'll probably be about the same price as if we had to just slap on a plate to your existing one. So, let's see. Probably around 35,000 copper pieces.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah, we'll get started right away.
Yeah, I'm gonna discuss it first with my banker, and then I'm gonna give you an
Banker?
answer to your question.
You're wearing steel plate. You mean you can't afford this? What? He starts like reconsidering the person standing before him. Sorry, I was just under the assumption you were a man of wealth and taste, which is why you came looking for me.
I was once a man of wealth. I'm still a man of taste. That is the problem. Thanks for your time. Then, and I slowly back out.
He shrugs. You have cash. You're loaded.
I
right?
know. Yeah, but I need to reconsider this because it's first off we have group funds. Second of all, we might want to invest into something else than just me.
Let's invest in not getting the tank melted. You're going to be face tanking some dragons, so I think it's
Sure.
wise investment.
I'm gonna give you an answer tomorrow. I'll be back. Don't worry. And I just leave.
I mean, hopefully not with some good strategy.
Yeah, it's not gonna be one day that's gonna be of importance. So I'm just gonna go back and discuss it with my family first. So.
All right. The family meets up later, and you guys cool? You all want to spend money on Bud's armor?
Oh yeah, sounds fine.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Excellent.
Neal, can I ask you one other
Yes, ask, please.
equipment question? So in the dwarven tomb back then, we found those 2 rings that Maya's currently wearing, which are making her feel slightly more invigorated. Is there any way in the time we spent preparing where maybe, I don't know, we can find out through testing how exactly they help? And if you need to wear like both of them, or if you can split them and they both pretty much do the same but don't stack, like in such a way.
Tell me again where we got these rings. These are the ones from Duncan's Sparksteel?
It's the one where I was like with the back list.
There were 2 rings. There were 2 rings.
You're wearing both of them?
Yeah.
Yes, Maya's wearing both of them.
Oh my god, this probably should have been playing effect all along, and I just forgot about it.
Well, that's why I'm asking right now.
Yeah, okay, you definitely... Maya, you definitely know what this shit is already. Each ring adds +1 damage to melee weapons.
Damn!
To the melee weapon it is attached to, so like, if you're dual wielding, it'll do +1 to either hand. If you're wielding a sword in 2 hands, it'll give +2 damage to that sword. But like 2 rings and a one-handed weapon.
What about... Okay, it doesn't do range, does it?
No. Melee only. They are rings of might. They will not work on the same hand. 1 magic ring per hand. If you add 2, the magical resonance fucks up.
I can't really dual wield, so
Yeah.
I'll probably be just there going like, I feel like I can, but only on the one hand. Do you want?
I have a bunch of magic questions, by the way.
Sure.
Also, I've just realised they won't fit on Bud's finger, will they?
No, they're sized for dwarves. There's no way they're ever going to fit on Bud's fingers, but they can fit on the rest of you.
Yeah, in that case, I'll probably just sort of like be like, oh yeah, I was gonna hang on, I sister, catch.
I'll try to catch it.
You fail, it's lost forever.
Goodbye, down the train.
Can I roll for throwing?
Don't complicate things unnecessary. Just give it.
I think it's great. Roll the throw.
All right. What would that be?
If there's a 1, guys. If there's a 1.
Straight dex.
Yeah, straight dex.
34. In that case, I aim it straight down her cleavage.
Sarah, you've got a ring of might stuck in there.
Wonderful. I'll pull it out and I'll put it on.
Maya's being uncharacteristically cheerful and laid back.
I have it on my right hand because it's my spear hand, right?
Perfect. So each of you get +1 with your melee weapons now.
Nice.
Yeah, you've definitely figured that out by now. Okay. And there's a bunch of magic questions, which I'd love to get into. So let's delve into that. Let's take our last break. Yeah, let's take our last break right here. And then when we come back, we will sort out some questions of magical natures and get us ready for our Dragon Quest next week. See you guys on this other break.